Hey Techno Studs, in this video we're going to take a look at ping and how you can use it to troubleshoot. Alright, to use ping I'm going to do it in the command window. So I'm going to bring up a command prompt by clicking the start menu and then typing in CMD, hit enter. It brings up a command window. I'm going to type ping and then I'll type either the host name or the IP address that I'm trying to get to. In this case I'm going to start out by pinging 127.0.0.1. This is the loopback address. And so when I hit this, and in fact it is getting a response, and it's a very quick response, I hope so, because it's pinging itself in this case right here. And this is just checking essentially checking the interface and make sure it's up and it's got the basic information that it needs to be up and running. And so we see that, yes, in fact, this interface is up and it is connected to something because we're getting a response back from the interface. So the interface is live. The next thing that I can do is ping the default gateway or some other machine on the network. Doesn't really matter. So I'm going to type in 192.168.42.1, which is my default gateway for this machine. You'll see that not much of a difference. It's 2 milliseconds this time, so a little more time to get a response back from the default gateway. Now what this is testing is, it's testing, do I have an IP address on this? Do I have a subnet mask? And is there do I have connectivity to other local area resources? And is my default gateway even up? And I see that the default gateway is up. It doesn't necessarily need a default gateway set up on this machine in order to ping the default gateway because it's still a local address. Next, what I can do is I can ping something externally. So I could test this by, if I knew what the IP address was of the internet service provider, and so a lot of the businesses that I'll work with, I do know that external IP address and I can ping that to see if there's connectivity there. In this case right here, I don't know what the internet service provider IP address is on the other side, but I'm going to ping something even further out, which is going to be 8.8.8.8, and which is a DNS server that's out there. So I'm going to ping this and I'm going to get a response back. That lets me know I have an IP address set up on my interface. I have a default gateway set up. I have the correct subnet mask set up in there. I can get out to the outside world. So my internet service provider is up and running, and that this server that I'm pinging out there is up and running. So everything is working from that perspective. Information is flowing. The other thing that I could do is I could actually ping www.google.com. And when I ping something like that, it's testing one additional aspect with this as well. All the things that I just mentioned, but it also has done some name resolution. So now that I know that DNS is set up correctly here, I have a DNS set up on this local machine. It's resolving probably to some sort of server that is set up and seems to be functioning as well. So there you have it. So there are some steps that I can ping these different levels to see if I have certain issues depending on what I am pinging out there. There are also a lot of options that you can include with ping. So if I just go to here and I'll type in ping command on my Google Chrome browser here, and I'm going to ask about different options there are. You can see that I can go into any of these documents and it's going to list out what my different options are and what they do. I have things like I can set the time to live. I can set the size, so it's a different size. I can say how many I want to be sent out. The default is 4. So I can change different aspects to this. So one of the things that I often use when I'm troubleshooting is this /t, and it's a continuous ping. So it'll send a continuous ping until I stop it. So what I can do is I can choose a server, do a T here, and just let it run. And so I'll do this if I'm maybe resetting an interface or redoing something, and I want to see if the connectivity goes down, or maybe I'm already down and I do this continuous ping as I'm trying different things to see if it comes up. So this is one that I'll use often. I haven't used some of the other options as much. I can see how they could come in handy now and then, but I just haven't. This is the main one that I found has been really helpful. So hopefully that helps you out with troubleshooting as you're troubleshooting your networks to figure out what's going on with them.